Did you know that some of Hollywood's toughest, most charismatic action stars were secretly destroyed by addiction? Men and women who seemed invincible on screen were quietly battling substances that ultimately consumed their careers, their health, and in many cases, their lives. From Errol Flynn injecting morphine between takes to John Michael Vincent's drug spiral that cost him a leg, these were not casual users, they were full-blown addicts. Today, we dive deep into the 10 most shocking addiction stories in action star history, uncovering the truth that Hollywood tried to bury. Number 1. Errol Flynn. Before superhero franchises dominated cinema, there was Errol Flynn. Known for his swashbuckling adventures in films like Captain Blood and The Adventures of Robin Hood, Flynn was the original action superstar. Audiences adored him for his athleticism, charm, and daring swordplay. But behind the camera, Flynn fought a much deadlier opponent: addiction. By his 40s, Flynn's life had become defined by a cocktail of morphine and cocaine, which he injected directly into his veins, even between takes. On some days, he collapsed on set when the drugs wore off, leaving studio executives scrambling to maintain the illusion of a professional star. To the public, his exhaustion was explained with stories of overwork, vitamin treatments, or temporary illnesses. In reality, doctors supplied by the studios ensured he remained just functional enough to perform. Flynn's addiction ravaged him internally. When he died at 50, the coroner revealed organs aged far beyond his years, a direct consequence of years of substance abuse. The man who appeared unstoppable on screen was utterly defeated by the very substances meant to sustain him. His story remains a cautionary tale of Hollywood glamour, masking a hidden devastation. Number 2. Robert Mitchum. Robert Mitchum, known for his gritty, tough guy roles in classics like Cape Fear, had a public persona that concealed a remarkable tolerance for substance abuse. In 1948, at the height of his career, Mitchum was arrested for marijuana possession, a scandal that could have ended his career instantly. In the conservative climate of 1940s Hollywood, a drug charge was almost always a professional death sentence. Yet Mitchum not only survived, but continued to thrive, raising questions about the depth of his studio connections. Marijuana was only the surface of Mitchum's substance issues. Behind closed doors, his alcohol consumption was legendary. Director Henry Hathaway once said, Mitchum could drink an entire fifth of whiskey and still deliver his lines perfectly. It wasn't talent, it was the tolerance of a hardcore addict. By the 1970s, Mitchum's body was betraying him. His once lean frame bloated, his sharp features softened, and his physical health deteriorated. Yet Hollywood continued to cast him, often using camera angles and lighting to conceal the effects of decades of substance abuse. Unlike many on this list, Mitchum never publicly acknowledged his struggles, instead folding them into his image as Hollywood's quintessential bad boy, influencing generations of actors to romanticize self-destruction. Number 3. John Barrymore. John Barrymore, a star of early adventure films like Don Juan, was the epitome of classical Hollywood charm. With his commanding presence and athleticism, he should have enjoyed a career untainted by tragedy. Instead, alcoholism dominated his life by the 1930s. Barrymore's addiction was insidious. He hid alcohol everywhere, in prop water bottles, hollowed-out books, and specially designed flasks disguised as script pages. Studio executives, aware of his dependence, often exploited it for profit. He was cast in roles that subtly mocked his alcoholism, with audiences believing they were witnessing brilliant acting rather than the deterioration of a man. When Barrymore died in 1942, his friend Gene Fowler made a grim joke. "You're not dead yet, Jack. The funeral's tomorrow, and you've never missed an opening." The remark underscored a cruel truth. Hollywood had turned one of its greatest talents into a punchline, while simultaneously feeding the addiction that ultimately ended his life. Number 4. Mickey Rourke. In the 1980s, Mickey Rourke seemed poised to redefine action stardom. With a combination of raw physicality and vulnerability in films like 9½ Weeks, he offered something different from the muscle-bound heroes of the era. But cocaine and other substances soon derailed his trajectory. Rourke's addiction escalated quickly, making him virtually unemployable. Film insurers refused to cover productions starring him after multiple no-shows and episodes of extreme intoxication on set. His physical appearance, once a key part of his appeal, deteriorated due to substance abuse, compounded by a failed boxing career and botched cosmetic surgeries. Despite this, glimpses of Rourke's immense talent persisted. Director Darren Aronofsky, who cast him in The Wrestler, 2008, said, "When Mickey was clear-eyed and present, he could deliver performances no other actor could touch, but those moments became increasingly rare." Rourke's story is a stark example of squandered potential, haunting those who witnessed the rise and fall of a talent who could have redefined Hollywood action cinema. Number 5. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's legend as the martial arts master who revolutionized action cinema is virtually untouchable. Officially, Lee died at 32 from cerebral edema after taking a headache pill, yet evidence suggests a more complex relationship with substances than Hollywood admits. Close associates revealed Lee used cannabis to manage pain from intense physical training and stimulants to maintain his grueling schedule and sculpted physique. Toxicology reports years after his death confirmed the presence of cannabis in his system. Experts now suggest that interactions between multiple substances may have contributed to his untimely death. Hollywood's effort to sanitize Lee's story perpetuated a myth of perfection, erasing struggles that humanize him. This constructed narrative continues to set impossible standards for performers, emphasizing discipline while ignoring the hidden costs of substance reliance. Number 6. John Michael Vincent. In the early 1980s, John Michael Vincent was America's rising action star. Best known as the helicopter pilot in Airwolf, he earned $200,000 per episode, the highest for television at the time. Yet within a few years, Vincent's life unraveled due to addiction. He began with cocaine, but soon developed a severe polydrug dependence that included alcohol, Valium, and opioids. His substance use forced producers to reduce his screen time and simplify dialogue for safety and continuity. Vincent's physical decline was equally devastating. DUI accidents left permanent injuries, including a crushed larynx that changed his voice. In 1996, another incident led to a broken neck, and by 2012, he required amputation of his right leg. When he died in 2019, his name was barely recognized, reduced to a cautionary tale of talent destroyed by addiction. Number 7. Marilyn Monroe. While often remembered for glamour rather than action, Marilyn Monroe's physical performances in films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes demanded the precision and endurance of action stars. Her substance abuse, however, was largely imposed by the studio system. MGM doctors prescribed amphetamines to control her weight and barbiturates to ensure sleep, creating a cycle of dependence. Monroe became increasingly unreliable, missing filming days and struggling to maintain her performance. By the early 1960s, her addiction was severe, culminating in her death on August 5, 1962, from barbiturate overdose. While officially ruled a probable suicide, many experts now consider it a tragic accident stemming from prescribed medications. Monroe's story highlights the dark side of studio control, where addiction was not a personal failing, but a manufactured dependency, weaponized to manipulate stars. Number 8. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, celebrated for integrating physical comedy into action comedy films like Silver Streak and Stir Crazy, had a uniquely candid relationship with substance use. On June 9, 1980, while freebasing cocaine, he accidentally set himself on fire, suffering third-degree burns on over 50% of his body. Pryor later incorporated the incident into his comedy, remarking, "When you're running down the street on fire, people get out of your way." Despite awareness of the risks, Pryor could not stay clean. Multiple sclerosis, diagnosed in 1986, further compounded his suffering, eroding the physical abilities that had made him a star. By the time of his death in 2005, he had spent years confined to a wheelchair, a shadow of the electrifying performer who once dominated the screen. Number 9. River Phoenix. River Phoenix emerged as a promising young action star with films like Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. His athleticism and emotional depth suggested a new era for Hollywood performers. Publicly, he cultivated an image of health-conscious vegan activism. Behind the scenes, however, Phoenix spiraled into addiction. Starting during the filming of My Own Private Idaho, his research into street life led to personal drug use. By 1993, he was regularly using heroin and cocaine while maintaining his clean public persona. On October 31, 1993, Phoenix collapsed outside the Viper Room in West Hollywood after consuming a lethal speedball. His death at 23 shocked Hollywood, illustrating that addiction spares no one, even those who appear most untouchable. Number 10. Judy Garland. Judy Garland, while rarely associated with action cinema, exhibited the endurance and athleticism of an action star in films like The Wizard of Oz. Her addiction began as early as 13 when MGM executives prescribed amphetamines to control her weight and barbiturates for sleep. By adulthood, Garland's dependency severely impacted her reliability and mental health. Multiple suicide attempts and unstable work behavior reflected the toll of decades-long addiction. Her death in 1969 at 47 from barbiturate overdose revealed a body prematurely aged by long-term substance abuse. Garland's story underscores the systemic abuse of child stars and the preventable nature of her tragic end. These 10 stars may have defeated villains, performed death-defying stunts, and captivated audiences with their charm, but off-screen, addiction often turned them into tragic figures. The Hollywood system, eager to exploit talent while concealing flaws, enabled many of these downfalls. The question remains, what is the real cost of fame? For every swashbuckling hero or athletic star, there are hidden stories of pain, loss, and self-destruction. The truth behind these legends is far more shocking than fiction, a testament to the dangers lurking behind Hollywood glamour. If you're still reeling from these revelations, don't miss the next chapter. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because we've uncovered even more dark truths about Hollywood's toughest stars.